Okay, now let's continue. Just now we mentioned 桌子上 means on the table, and 桌子 means 桌子下 means under the table. Okay. Let me check what's going on. What's going on? Okay, so let's going on. Okay. 好，桌子上 under the on the table. 桌子下 under the table. Okay, now let's move on. Do you still remember how to say book in Chinese? Book is 书. 书 means book. Okay, so you click the link. Click here to get note. Okay, you can click the link in the description to get the note. I'm typing now, okay? Okay, so let me check what's look like now. Wait for a minute. Okay, so just now we mentioned let me check what looked like. Okay, then I can pin it. How can I pick a pin? Yeah, right. Okay, now, sorry, I'm checking what, is anyone here? Can you check? Is my note right? I mean, on the right side, not left to right, right to left. Let me check. What's my live stream look like? Oh, sorry. Wait for a minute. Let me check what's going on. Oh, see? Oh, it's the right way, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, it's right. Because on my side, it doesn't really look like the right way. Okay, as it's right, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so just now we mentioned 书 means book and 桌子 means desk or table. So 桌子上 on the table, 桌子下 under the table. So now Let's try to say this sentence in Chinese. Your book. Do you know how to say your in Chinese? If you know, type in the chat box. Okay. So your book is on the table or on the desk. I mean, table or desk in Chinese is the same word. Okay. So your book is on the table. How do you say it in Chinese? 你的书，你的 means your, right? So 你的书在桌子上. Okay, I'll give you the opinion. Wait for a few seconds. 你的书在桌子上。你的书在桌子上. Okay, so now we got a pattern. So your book we mark as red, and the table we mark as green. Where is your book in the Chinese sentence? 你的书, right? 你的书 we also mark as red. And then 桌子 we mark as table. Now we pay attention to the order of these colors. We have 3 colors in this sentence, right? So in English is red, black, blue, but in Chinese it's red, black, blue, red, black, green, and then black again. So we follow the Chinese order. Pay attention to the order of this sentence. So A is on the, in English. In Chinese, it's A 在 B 上. Okay. We also mark it in different colors. Okay, so red, black, green, black again. Understand? Okay, also copy the pinyin. Pay attention to the order of those colors. Pay attention to the order of those colors. Okay, order. I mean the sentence structure. The order of the words is the most important thing in Chinese language. We never only remember one single word or thousands of single words. Practice patterns, we pay more attention to the orders of these words. Okay, now let's continue. You try another one. Now, how do you say this word? I really like this sentence because I always drink my coffee. Okay, your coffee is on the table. Your coffee is on the table. Yes. Now, my time to drink coffee. So you take 10 to 20 seconds to think about how do you say this sentence. Your coffee is on the table. Mm-hmm. Okay, ready? Ready? Okay, so if you don't know how to say this sentence directly, don't worry. Let's do step by step. Step 1, let's color the English sentence with different colors. Step 2, let's put those colors in the right order according to the pattern. I mean, according to the Chinese order. Step 3, translate those words. Just translate. Don't think about the order because we already did it, right, in the previous step. Okay, now let's do step by step. Step 1, mark color first. Your coffee we mark as red. And then the table, we mark as green. So step 2, now I show you step by step. So when you do such kind of exercise, follow this step at the beginning. If you practice more, your Chinese will become better and better. Okay, step 2, let's follow the Chinese order and move those words. So it's red first. Red is your coffee, right? Now we move the 在. After the red, I mean the A part is 在. And then we have the green part, B, right? Table. Table is green. And then 上, black. We just copy and paste here. Okay, so basically the English sentence should be your coffee 在 the table 上. Your coffee 在 the table 上. This is the right order. Step 3. Now, how do you say the coffee? 你的. Okay, I type in column B, the thing. Okay, so 你的咖啡. This sentence counts to 你的咖啡在桌子 Chinese sentence comes out. 你的咖啡在桌子上。你的咖啡在桌子上。That's the perfect Chinese sentence. Got it. Okay. So just now we also mentioned 下, right? This is the pattern. Let's highlight with light green. Okay, wait. Let's highlight with light green, something like this. Okay, so according to this pattern, we can also get another pattern for 下 because it's exactly the same, right? So A 在 B, we just changed the 上 with 下. A 在 B 下 means A is under B. Okay, wait, I'm typing now. A is under B. Okay, so A is under B. We still mark this sentence with different colors. And later, when we practice, we focus more on the order of the Chinese pattern. Okay, not the single words. For single words, it's easy for us to get from the dictionary from anywhere, but we need to put them in the right order and create correct sentences because sentences are the most important thing to communicate, right? Okay. So now let's keep going. A 在 B 下 Okay, now 下 for 下 we can have some more words to practice it. Do you still remember how to say cell phone? This is a cell phone. How do you say it in Chinese? How do you say it in Chinese? A cell phone is 手机. 手机. Okay, so 手机. So now try this sentence. How do you say your cell phone is under the table? That is not true. It's most likely to be on the table. But to practice this sentence, I don't want to give you too many new words. So my idea is when you are learning new patterns, you try to use more words that you already know. You don't learn both the new words and new patterns at the same time. Okay? Now, let's do it. Let's do it. If you don't know how to say it directly, now let's try to do it step by step. Step one, mark the sentence with colors first. Okay, red. Under the table. The table is green. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go. A, it's your cell phone, right? So, step two, put those English words in the right order according to the Chinese pattern. Okay. And then 在, which is black. Wait. E. And then your cell phone 在 and then B, the table. And then 下. Okay. So your cell phone 在 the table 下. That's the correct order. Now let's move to step three. Step three, we translate the two English phrases into Chinese. Okay? How do you say your cell phone? 你的手机. Okay, I'll type in the next column, in the next line. Okay? 你的手机在桌子. Okay, that's it. 你的手机在桌子下. 你的 Okay, I also mark this sentence with colors so you can see the pattern clearly. 你的手机在桌子下。你的手机在桌子下. Okay, that's it. Easy? Easy, right? Okay, so just now we mentioned when we first learn Chinese language, we are most likely to learn only 上 and 下. But in real life, we may use 上边 or 下边 more than only 上 or 下. That's why just now I said for 上 and 下, when we use these two words with only one syllable, we most likely to add a noun before it, like table, desk, 桌子上 we don't only say 上 blah blah blah. Most likely we have 桌子上 on the table. 书上 on the book. 手机上 on the cell phone. So most likely we'll have another noun before them. In real life, we may use another word. It's not another word, just different, the same word, but different ways. Okay. 上边, I guess this is, let me check. This is the words on your HSK list. Yes, this is the words we should learn. 上边 or 下边. They have exactly the same meaning with 上 or 下. But the way to use these two words are slightly different. Okay, what's that? What's that the difference? What are the difference? Wait for a minute. Wait for a minute. Okay, so now I copy and paste here. When we have 上边, we can use these two by itself, like 上边 blah blah blah, 下边 blah blah blah. We can use them by themselves. But for 上, we can't say 上 blah blah blah, 下 blah blah blah. We can't do that. So 上边 and 下边, we can use them independently. I mentioned we're most likely to use 上边 or 下边 because in modern Chinese, I think more than 80% of our words are combined with two syllables. We are more likely to use those words combined with two syllables. Okay, now let's do it. What's the difference? When we use 上边 and 下边, we can also have a noun before it. But we can also have a the, which is the possessive word, 上边. And the is optional. So we can say something 的上边 or something 的下边, and the is optional. Okay, let me give you the opinion. Okay. Something 的上边 or something 的下边. So means on something. You can say above something or something, it doesn't matter. You know, it's two languages. We can literally translate it into another language. So let's do it in the real cases. Okay, and then something 的下边, wait, mistake. And if you have any question, you can type in the chat box. Okay. Let me see. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? If you have any question, you can type in the chat box. And the Google Sheets I'm typing now, it's in the link in the description. You can click the description and then come to this Google Sheets. I'm typing simultaneously, okay? So after the lesson, it's easier for you to review with Google Docs. Okay, so now something 的上边 or something 的下边 means on something or under something. And the pattern is exactly the same. So we also have A 在 B. Okay, I copy and paste here. A 在 B. And the difference is we can have a 的 here. 上边 or 下边. A 在 B 的上边 the is optional. A is On B or A is under B. Okay, so for example, okay, let's choose some new words. 上 and 下. Do you still remember how to say cup? Cup. Cup? Means cup. If you have any question, you can type in the chat box and typing in Google Sheets. So you can also click the link in the description and check the note and typing now. Okay. Okay, so 杯子 is cup. So now let's try to say this sentence. In my beginner's lessons, I'm most likely to offer you a simple English sentence, and you need to take 10 to 30 seconds to think about it. I can give you 2 or 3 times. You can try 2 or 3 times. So only after you think about it, you can know how to use these patterns. Okay, so now let's practice this sentence. Your, how do you say your? 你的 your cup is on. Okay, just now we mentioned a lot of the books. How about we change another one? Book. Okay, your cup is on the book. How do you say it in Chinese? Okay, think about it now. Think about it. According to the pattern we mentioned on line 22. Check line 22. Now, get a pencil, get a paper. Try to practice with me at the same time. Practice will help you learning Chinese. Not learning, if I tell you, that's my knowledge. But if you do it by yourself, then you can get your knowledge. Okay, now get a pen, get a paper. Try to write this sentence according to the pattern on line 22. Okay, now, ready? If you're ready, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Okay, new students, you can either click the link in the description part or go to my blog, marcopolomandarin.com, to get this note. Okay, so now let's keep moving. Let's do it step by step. I want to show you, if at the beginning it's too difficult for you to say this sentence directly, you try to divide it into 3 steps. Step 1, mark the English sentence with colors. Step 2, move those English words according to the color in the Chinese pattern. Step 3, in the pattern, just after the moving one, the moving version, you just translate those English phrase into Chinese. Easy. Okay, so step 1, mark colors. Your cup, red. The book, green. Okay, so now step 2. Let's move these English words into the right order according to the pattern on line 22. Okay, line 22, we need to get the red part first. Red. Okay. And then 在. Your cup, 在. And then we go to the green part, the book. And then we go to 上边 or 下边。上边 means on, and 下边 means okay, and 下边 means under, right? So we can go to the, which is the optional words. It's a possessive, but it's optional in this pattern. Not optional. The is not optional in all patterns. I mean, in this pattern, it's optional. Okay, and then 上边 A 在 B 的上边。So now look at this sentence. A, the red part, and then we go to the 在, right? According to pattern on the line 22. And then we go to B, the book, 书, and then the 上边. Now, step 3. How do you say your cup is 你的杯子? And then 在, and then 书, which is the red part, and then 的, which is the optional one. 上边, yes, that's the sentence. Okay, wait for a few minutes, a few seconds. I will give you the note. Okay, so you can see I also mark this sentence with different colors. Okay, so this sentence is actually 你的杯子在书的上边 or 你的杯子在书上边 both are correct. Understand? If you have any question in the chat box. Okay. Now it's half an hour already. Let's take a break. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. And if you don't want a break, I can give you 2 or 3 English sentence. Then you try to translate it into Chinese. You try to translate it into Chinese. Don't use Google Translate. Don't use Google Translate. I mean, only one, you do it by yourself. You know how to do it. Okay. So I'll give you this one. The cell phone is under the book. The cell phone is under the book. You got every new words. You got every word in this pattern. What you need to do now is just put these words in the right order in Chinese. Okay, do it. Okay, so give me 2 minutes of rest. I'll be back. So now take your time to think about it or go through our notes. Okay. Okay, so I'm back. Let's continue. Let's continue. Click the link in the description. Coffee. Good coffee. Okay, so please click the link in the description. Now, let's keep moving. So, how do you say your cell phone? Okay, change it. Your cell phone is under the book. Yes, you can't find your cell phone. Then others may ask, where's your cell phone? Where's my cell phone? Then you can answer, oh, your cell phone is under the book. Yes. Okay, now let's mark this sentence with different colors. Red, your cell phone is red. And then the book is green. Now, according to the pattern on line 22, we can say, 你的手机在书的 is optional. And then 下面，你的手机在书的下面 or 你的手机在书下，你的手机在书下。Okay, so this is the Chinese sentence. 你的手机在书的下面 or 你的手机在书下面。sorry, we are learning 下边 right? 下边 sorry. 你的手机在书的下边，你的手机在书下。Three sentences. They are tiny difference, but they are all correct. Okay. Now, any question about the 上 and 下? Do you have any questions? If you have any question. 你好 means 你在是吧？我现在在讲这个方向，可能对你来说就是有一点容易了。如果你有别的问题，你也可以在这里问，我都可以回答。但是呢，我应该就是这个直播课，我就是每一次做一个主题。如果来的同学有别的问题，我也可以。你好，早上好。OK， 那我继续啦。如果你有什么问题的话，你可以继续在这个聊天框里面跟我说，好吗？好，那我继续了。So if we understand how to use the above, on, or under, below, we know how to use other directions because they follow exactly the same pattern, maybe tiny difference later we will mention. Okay, so in HSK1, we are required to know. Okay, I'll type here. 里 which means in or 里边 外 or 外边前 or 前边后 and 后边 Okay. Okay, now this part, let's stop here. 里 or 里边，外 or 外边，前 or 前边，后边。Okay, let me give you the pinyin first. I guess you already realized that when we mention the 上 and 下, we can have 上 or 上边, 下 and 下边. They are slightly different, right? So here it's the same. For 里, 里边, okay, I'll insert. For 里, we have to have a noun before it. So, for example, what other words do you know? Let's say, okay, restaurant. Do you know this word? Restaurant. How do you say restaurant? We mentioned it earlier in our formal lessons, but maybe you didn't pay attention to it. So, 饭店. Okay, I need to charge the phone, charge my computer. Wait, I need the charger. Okay, so 饭. So now think about how do we say restaurant in the restaurant? 饭店 restaurant. So think about how do we say in the restaurant? Okay, new students, please click the link in the description. You will find the Google Docs. I'm typing now. I'm typing these notes on Google Sheets. You can get it with the link in the description. Okay? Okay, so 饭店 means the restaurant. Now, how do you say in the restaurant? In the restaurant. How do you say it? Two ways. One with 里, one with 里面. 里边, sorry. As required, we learn 里边. Yeah, we have a lot of words. They are slightly different. Okay, I don't want to make you confused. So I will teach you according to the word list that you normally get. Okay, so in the restaurant, you can either say 饭店里. Yeah, as I mentioned, you have to have a noun before 里, but for 里边, it's optional. You can say 里边 blah blah without any other words. But if you want to say 饭店的里边, yeah, it's 饭店的. The is optional. The is optional. 饭店的里边. It's also in the restaurant. So you either say 饭店里 or 饭店的里边. Okay, so both are correct. Okay. Any questions about this part? Any questions about this part? If you have any question, you can type in the chat box. I'm happy to answer any question about learning Chinese. Okay, so just type in the chat box. I'm happy to answer any question about learning Chinese, not only about these directions. And we are talking about this direction because I need to make a topic for our lesson, but I'm happy to answer any questions about learning Chinese. Okay, so now let's keep going. 饭店的里边 Okay, insert two more. Okay, according to the pattern we learned just now about 上 and 下. Now, okay, I copy and paste here. copy and paste. We can have if we want to say A is in B, we also have two ways to say it, right? Also have two ways to say it. A, we mark it as red, and B, we mark it as green. Okay, now let's go to the pattern first. As we get the pattern, you can get a lot of sentences. You can make a lot of useful sentences in Chinese. Okay, so pattern is the most useful thing when you learn Chinese. Though it's not everything. Yeah, I know it's not everything. We have slangs, we have idioms, we have many other unreasonable things. But if you follow the patterns, it will make your Chinese learning much easier. For this part, Chinese is very logical. Good. Okay, so now let's continue. A is in B. So we got the pattern. A 在 B 里 or A 在 B. Is optional, as we said. 里边, okay. Use the words that mentioned in the HSK list. Okay. So I want to make your learning easier, not much more difficult. So I will decide our lessons based on your outline. But in my private lessons, I will give my students many other useful words. But for these lessons, I mean the live stream lessons is to the public. It's for the public. I don't want to give you too much information as I don't know. Do you understand or not? I need your feedback. A lesson is most based on the students. It's not for the teacher. So it's a student-centered lesson. If I don't know, do you understand or not? I can't keep moving. Okay, so I will follow a standard way so that maybe the average students will feel better about this lesson. Okay, now let's keep moving. A 在 B 里 or A 在 B 的里边 or A 在 B 里边. Okay, now I'll copy and paste the pinyin here. A 在 B. Okay, now I'll mark it with colors. Colors. A is red. B is green, right? A is red. B is green. Okay. 饭店的里边 Just now, we already know 饭店里 or 饭店里边 both means in the restaurant. Okay, so wait, I need to mark also the Chinese characters. Okay, now let's keep moving. How about let's choose a word from our previous notes. Which word would you like to choose? You want to choose 桌子 or 书 or 手机 or 杯子 to practice it. As I mentioned, I don't want to give you too many new words when you are learning new patterns. You don't learn new patterns and new words at the same time. When we are learning new patterns, we practice with old words. When we are learning words, we practice with old patterns. You don't learn two new things at the same time because your brain don't like it. Okay, your brain don't like it. Okay, now let's choose desk. Okay, number 4, desk. 桌子 or table. So now try to say this sentence in Chinese. Table. A table. The table is in the restaurant. The table is in the restaurant. Okay, as I always mention, I won't tell you this sentence directly. Now it's your turn. You need to think about it before I tell you the real answer. Okay, now your turn. Think about this sentence. How do you say it in Chinese? Okay. Okay, ready? Ready? Give me some feedback. When you are listening to my lessons, please prepare a pencil and a piece of paper so you can practice with me. Okay, so practice make your Chinese learning perfect, not listening. Yeah, I know everything about Chinese. I can tell you, but you just know it. You can't use it. So input is just a very small part, and I need your output to improve your Chinese. Okay, so now let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go step by step. If you feel it's difficult to say the Chinese sentence directly, then let's do step by step. Step 1, mark the sentence with different colors. Mark the English sentence with different colors according to the pattern. Step 2, move those colorful words to the right order according to the pattern. Step 3, translate those words into Chinese. Yes, step by step. Okay, now step 1, color. Color those words. The table is red and the restaurant is green. The table is red and the restaurant is green. Okay, now let's move those words into the right order according to the pattern. Okay, I also mark the pattern with light green. Okay, now it's easier for us to find the pattern. The table is red. And then 在, we have to keep it. The black part, we have to keep the black part. Don't forget the black part. The table, 在. And then we go to the B part, which is the green part, okay? The green part is the restaurant. The restaurant. The table 在 the restaurant. And then we can have either 里 or 的里边. We can have either of these two versions. So we can do two. First, let's do 里 and then we do 里边. Okay? So now, step 3, let's translate. The table, 桌子, right? And then keep the 在 and then the restaurant. 饭店 and then 里 or we can also say 桌子在饭店的 which is optional. 里边. So both of these two sentences are correct. Both of these two sentences are correct. Did you get it? Did you get it? 桌子. Okay, I also marked this Chinese version with colors so you can see clearly the order of these two words. I mean, we focus on the pattern, the order of the sentence, not the single words. Single words doesn't make sense. We communicate in sentences, not single words. For single words, the only way we learn it is to put them into patterns. Okay? I spend a lot of time on practicing these patterns in my lessons. So this is a free live stream lesson. If you have time, if you really want to learn Chinese, get a pencil and a paper and practice with me. Practice with me. Only when you practice, you can really learn or get this Chinese knowledge. I mean, knowledge is for using, not for knowing. I know Chinese. Chinese is, you can't even speak a simple Chinese sentence correct. Okay. So now we got two Chinese sentences. One is 桌子在饭店里. One is 桌子在饭店里边 or 桌子在饭店的里边. These three sentences exactly mean the same thing, and they are all correct. Up to now, I guess you have a big view, I mean, a big picture, a complete picture about the directions in Chinese, right? It's A is on or to or something. I mean, in English, you have different positions. I mean, the directions of B, when you want to describe the directions of the two things. In Chinese, basically is A 在 B, then the direction. With single words about direction, with direction words with two syllables, you can have a the before it, and the is optional. Okay. Now we already have 上 and 下 and 里. Do you have any questions? I guess you don't have anyone, or you know everything I'm telling you because you don't ask me any questions. Okay. If you don't have any question, we'll keep moving. Okay, things become easier because we already know the basic things. Now let's keep moving to the why. Why or 外边. They follow exactly the same order. We just need to practice them with different words. Okay, now let's copy and paste the pattern from the last one. A 在 B. Okay, we just changed the Y or 外边. Just change the 里 with Y, right? Okay. So A 在 B. Y. A is outside B. A is outside B. Okay, A is outside B. So A, I also mark it as red. And B, I also mark it as green. A and B. Okay, so A 在 B, Why for single words of why. And A 在 B 的外边. These two patterns are exactly the same. Okay. So now let's practice them with words we know. But probably you also want to know some new words. So let's use one old words and one new words. Okay, let's choose a one old words. How about 饭店, restaurant? Let's keep using restaurants. And let's get a new words. What other new words do you want to know? How about, let me choose it. Would you like to know this one? Computer. This will be a weird sentence, but you can, I want to show you the pattern of the sentence, and you can think about some useful sentence by yourself. According to your situation. The patterns are limited, but those useful sentences are unlimited, right? Okay, so let's go to computer. 电脑 电 means electric. 脑 means brain. And an electrical brain is computer. 电脑 Let's copy and paste here. Okay, now try this sentence. Your computer, my computer. Say my computer will be better, right? My computer is outside the restaurant. My computer is outside the restaurant. Oh, it seems like maybe smaller. It's already okay. My computer is outside the restaurant. My computer is outside the restaurant. Now, take 10 to 20 seconds to think about how to say this sentence in Chinese. My computer is outside the restaurant. How do you say it in Chinese? Get a pen, get a paper. Try to do it by yourself first. Okay? Try to do it by yourself first. My computer is outside the restaurant. Okay, so let's follow our 3 steps. If you can't do it directly. Step 1, mark the sentence with colors according to the pattern. So my computer is red and the restaurant is green. So this sentence is like this. Step 2, we can move my computer. So A, according to the pattern, we should have the red part first, right? The red part, and then we go to 在, which is the black part. Then we go to the black part. We keep it there. We don't change anything about the black part. And then we go to the green part, the restaurant. The green part is the restaurant. The green part is the restaurant. And then after the green part, we have the black part again. The black part can either be white or 的外边 which is optional. Either of these two is correct. Okay, now. Okay, so this is the order. This is the order of the Chinese. This is the order. Okay, now let's move on. Let's just keep this order and translate the part, the English phrases into Chinese. Okay, so 我的电脑 black the red part, right? And then 在 and then 饭店 and then why. You can choose to use why or 的外边 or 外边 is optional. Okay. Hello. Fabrica Josie. You are speaking Spanish. Sorry, I don't understand Spanish. Thank you for coming to my lessons, but sorry, I can't read Spanish. Okay, so I'm typing the pinyin.我的电脑 which is red. And then 在 we keep it there. And then the green part is 饭店 why or 外边 this is optional. Okay, so this is the sentence. 我的电脑在饭店外 or 我的电脑在饭店的外边 That's it. Okay. Any question about this part? About this part? If you don't have any question, let's move forward. Let's move forward. As we mentioned, all the directions, it's nearly follow the same pattern. Just now we have 上 and 下 and 上边 and 下边 and we have 里 in or 里边 and 外 or 外边 right? And now we are going to do the 前 which means front, forward, and 后 which means back, behind. Okay, so the pattern is the same. So let's copy and paste here. A 在 B 的 A 在 B 前 or 后 A 在 B 的前边 or 后边的 is optional. So 前 means in front of. 后 is behind. Okay. I'll give you the opinion. A 在 B A 在 B Okay, now A 在 B 的前边 ，A 在 B 的后边 ，A 在 B 前边 ，A 在 B 后边。Three ways are correct. Now, let's practice this pattern with some words. Some old words, and I can also give you some new words. So the first words I would like to use is 桌子. Just now, we mentioned it earlier. 桌子 means table, right? And we can have another new words. Another new words, how about 车站? For practicing this word, for practicing these patterns, I'm trying to use simple words from HSK1 because it's easier for you to only learn with the words that you already know. Okay, so 车站 is bus station or bus stop. Okay, wait. 车站 is bus station or bus stop. Now, how do you say this table is in front of or behind I mean a bus station. Yeah, it's a weird sentence. I know. You can replace with any other words. Here we focus more on practice the pattern, okay? So now it's your turn. You can take 10 to 20 seconds, a piece of paper, and to write this sentence first. And later, I can tell you. Okay, now about half an hour passed again. Please give me a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes for a short break. I'll be back later. And now you take this break. You can also take a break, or you can take this time to practice this sentence. First, try by yourself. Okay, my coffee time. I'll be back soon. Okay, now let's come back. Let's come back. How do we say this sentence? The table is in front or behind the bus station. Let's also do the 3 steps. Step 1, mark the sentence with colors. The table is red, in front or behind, and then the bus station is green. Okay, now according to the pattern, we can say A, which is the table, which is 桌子, right? And then we keep 在. And then B, which is the green part. The green part is the bus station. The bus station is 车站. 桌子在车站. And front, we can say 前 or 前边 or the 前边. And then, okay, I can write here. 在桌子在车站. The is optional. The is optional. The is optional. 前边. And then behind, the same order, but we just replace the 前边 with 后边. So we can say 桌子在车站后 or 桌子在车站. The is optional. I said the is optional. And then 后边. Okay, wait a few seconds. I will type the pinyin for you. Okay, now. So we can say 桌子在车站前。桌子在车站的前边。桌子在车站后。桌子在车站的后边。桌子在车站后边。The is optional. Okay. These are the words. These are the sentences. Okay, I will just type here. First two is behind. The first two in front of, and the next two behind. Okay. So any questions about this part? Is behind. Any questions about this part? Easy, right? Chinese is easy. Because we follow exactly the same pattern. Okay. Okay, so now, do you have any question about this? Do you have any question about this? If you don't have any question, let's move to the next two, 左 and 右. These two words are a little bit special because we don't only use 左 and 右. I mean, we don't use these two words with single syllables. Yes, you may learn. In your textbook, you may know 左 means left and 右 means right, but we rarely only use 左 or 右. We may use it as an order. 左 右, just very simple order or comment. Otherwise, we rarely use only 左 or 右. Instead, mostly we use 左边 or 右边. And the pattern is exactly the same. Okay, 左边右边 And these two, 左边 and 右边 are the most common words in our daily life. We don't often only use 左 or 右. So the pattern is the same. A 在 B 的左边 or A 在 B 的右边 and the is optional. Okay. To the right or left. Okay, so I'll give you the pattern first and the pinyin. A 在 B 的左边 or A 在 B 的右边. The same as the previous patterns, I'll mark with different colors. A, okay. A is red and B is green. A is red and B is green. Okay, so now let's practice. How about we get into new words? 左边右边 I guess there are not a lot of new words. Do you know these words? University students. Do you know how to say it in Chinese? It's 大学生. 大学生 is university students. And do you know how to say room? Room is 房子. So let's do a sentence to practice this pattern. The university student is to the left or right. Okay, say, let's separate to the left of the room. Okay, so the first one is the university student is to the left of the room, and the next one is to the right. I will just keep the same nouns and you change the left to right. Okay, now it's your turn. You do it first. You do it first. Okay. Take 10 to 20 seconds to practice it. Okay? Take 10 to 20 seconds to practice it. Okay, so the first one. I will just tell you directly this time. I won't mark with colors. I think after these few times, maybe you can skip the middle two steps and go to the last step directly, right? Okay, now let's do it. 那个大学生在房间的 左边 Yes. How about the right? 那个大学生在房间的右边。Easy, easy, right? It's getting easier. Okay, I'm typing the 拼音。那个大学生在房间的左边，那个大学生在房间的右边。If you want to check the patterns, you can try to color these sentences according to the pattern. I line 60. Okay. So now, any questions up to now? Any questions up to now? If you don't have any question, we go to the last part. We go to the last part of the directions. The last part, we are going to practice the north, the south, the west, the east. What's the words do you know about these four directions? What's the words do you know about the north, the south, the west, the east? Yeah, I guess you may learn 东西南北 from your textbooks, right? 东西南北. Yeah, that exactly means the north, south, west, and east, but it's not the way. It's not the way. Okay, so instead, as our previous patterns, we may say 东边、西边、南边、北边 more often than 东西南北. What's the difference? The same as before, the same as our previous patterns. Let's do them one by one. First, 东西南北。东西南北。东西南北。东 means east. 西 means west. 南 means south. 北 means north. Okay. So, which is very similar to our previous patterns. For the 东西南北, when we use these single words, when we use these words with only one syllable, we are most likely to put another noun. For these directions, mostly it's a location before it. For example, my city is Guilin, so there is a bus station in Guilin called Guilin Bay. Oh, Guilin is the city, my city. The city I live in is called Guilin. Okay, just take it as an example. A city in China where Becky lives in. Yes, it's my city, Guilin. For example, in Guilin, there are 3 train stations: 桂林北、桂林南, and 桂林西. Did you realize that? I said 桂林, and which is a noun, and then these directions. So we have 桂林北、桂林南 and 桂林西. These are the 3 train stations in my city. They are proper nouns. Guilin North. Yeah, we will say the location first and then go to the direction. And if you go to Beijing, you probably will also go to Beijingxi, which is a big train station in Beijing. And if you come to Guangzhou, you may go to Guangzhou Nan or Guangzhou Xi. Oh, I'm not sure whether there is a station called Guangzhou Xi, but I often go to Guangzhou Nan. So you can see that's the way we organize our train station in China. So most likely we mark the different train stations with the directions. So these directions is very important. You have to make sure which station you are going to. Otherwise, you will go to a wrong direction. Okay, so that's the way. And like just now, we also have 东边、西边、南边、北边. We are most likely to use these words in a sentence. 东边、西边、南边 and 北边. Okay, this will be the last pattern. I'm really hungry, It's 1.5 hours. I didn't expect that I can speak so long. Yeah, my longest lesson will be 2 hours or 1.5 hours. But I don't speak by myself, This is a live stream. I only speak by myself. In my lessons, mostly to 90%, I just listen and wait. I encourage them to ask me questions. But in this live stream, not a lot of people want to ask me questions. So I have to keep speaking at the same all the time. Okay, so mostly in a sentence, we are likely to use 东边、西边、南边、北边. According to the HSK list, this will be the last few patterns that we need to learn about the directions at the HSK1 level. Okay, so let's copy and paste the patterns from our previous patterns. So we are likely to say, we are most likely to say A 在 B 的 oh wait A 在 B 的东边、西边、南边、北边. But in this case, we don't have A 在 B 的东南西北. We don't have this pattern. We only have one pattern for the 东边、西边、南边、北边. We don't say it as 东西南北 in this case. 东边. So pay attention to these tiny tips. Otherwise, your Chinese will sound not that authentic. Okay. 东边西边南边 and 北边. Okay, give you the opinion. A 在 B 的东边、西边、南边、北边。A is to the 东边 is east. 西边 is west. 南边 is south. 北边 is north of B. Yes. So still, we mark A part and B part. A is red, B is green. Okay. So in Chinese, it's A, 在, B. You always keep the order. You just need to replace A with a Chinese word and B with another Chinese word. That's it. Keep the order. Keep the order. Focus on the order. Don't think in English. Focus on the Chinese order. Okay? Now let's practice with two words. Then let's finish our lesson. It's too long, right? Okay, so let's do 电话. 电话, which means telephone. And let's do 机场, which means airport. So how to say the telephone. Okay, just as an example, you can practice with some more useful words by yourself according to your real situation. The telephone is to the east of the airport. Okay. And the next one, I will use the same words just to show you the pattern. To the east, to the west, to the south, and to the north. Okay, you can take a few seconds to think about this one. 电话在机场的 is optional. 东边. Yes. If you need to call someone and your cell phone is out of power, you go to the reception and ask them, where's the phone? Where's the phone? The public phone? Is there anywhere I can call my mom, my friend? Then they may probably tell you, 电话在机场的东边, and the same pattern. 电话在机场的 the next one is 西边, right? And the third one is 电话在机场的南边. And the fourth one is 电话在机场的北边. 北边, right? Yes, that's the way to use this pattern. Okay, let me give you opinion. 电话在机场的东边，电话在机场的西边，电话在机场的南边，电话在机场的北边。Okay, that's it. That's a focus of all the patterns about directions. So today we stop here. If you have any question about learning Chinese or you want to take a course, if you want to take my private lessons, you can check marcopolomandarin.com to get my contact information. And if you want to get this note, you can also click marcopolomandarin.com. Then you will find the link in just under the big banner on my homepage. Or if you are watching this live stream on YouTube, this link, the link of this note is just in the description. You just click it. Okay, so that's all for today's lesson. Thank you very much. It's a pretty long video here so that you can review. Okay, so that's all for today. See you. How can I clicked it. End now. And